Hey everybody, it's me, Zach. This is Potato, and welcome back to our channel.
Who is that they, them on my screen?
Hi everybody, welcome to me. Welcome to me, and good news, divas. Quirky Love Rosie just confirmed and announced publicly on her YouTube channel that she does in fact have an Instagram dedicated to her stunning, amazing, wonderful poetry. You can find it on Instagram at Quirky Loves Poetry. Okay, and she posted about 5 hours ago, although I had heard about this sooner, and I think she did confirm on her Instagram story sooner that people could follow her here. But she did announce on her public posts on YouTube that this was her Instagram account. And she said, "Hey friends, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really nervous to share this. I soft launched this yesterday on my IG story, but I've started a poetry page. More of a hobby at this point. If you like poetry, reading, writing, stuff like that, I hope you give it a follow. A lot of my poems I'd love to share. I'm saving for a bigger project." Oh, the way that she takes herself so seriously, like, that is performance art. You know, the other day, and by that it might have been a week or two ago, when Remy tried to tell her that what she did on YouTube was a form of art and that anything could be art really, and that, like, she's performing. That's the performance. That's the BFA that she doesn't actually have, but she does have. That's the master's degree in performing arts. Because she is taking herself so seriously. In her mind, she's already the world's best poet, that she is saving poems for a bigger project. Yes, delusion! Love it. That's delusion. And I wish everybody could have a little bit of that. Okay, so she goes on to say, but some I want to start sharing and getting constructive feedback on it. Okay, girl, you're gonna get some constructive feedback. I get really nervous being this vulnerable because people can be really cruel. But I really love writing and I want to share more of it with the world. I'm having a lot of fun mixing visuals and music with Instagram for it. It's fun to create things just for the hell of it. Anyways, I hope you check it out if you're interested. And boy am I, going to be checking it out. And it's possible that by the time I post this video, there may be more on her Instagram than what we're just reading right here in this moment. We're gonna start with what she has available at the time of filming this on May 27th at 12:40 p.m. Chicago time. Let's get into the dramatic ass readings of it all, okay? Because we just gotta do this together. Listen, and if you like something, leave your, what you do at poetry readings, I learned this a while ago. You snap, you don't clap. If you hear something you like, you snap. So leave them snaps in the comments. I know the comments are going to be filled with snaps. I can already feel it. She is a poet. She's got big things coming up. Okay. She's our own little Rupi Kaur. Yes. Okay, so this one is captioned, "Love who you are louder than you hate how you fail. Hashtag poetry, hashtag poetry community, hashtag poetry lovers, hashtag self-love, hashtag quirky love rose." The title is, "I tangle with love now. I tangled myself in ropes, braided in the fibers of my failures, knotted with the frustration of my mistakes. I lost myself in those endless piles of rope, burdened from the weighted expectations. Once I loved my core, outside of the expectations roped in my failures, I was free to finally know myself." Okay. I'm just like, she uses this imagery of ropes and things like that, and being like tangled and all of these things. But I don't feel like the last stanza of this poem really resonates with that metaphor, because the last stanza is about, well, maybe it does. Am I just dumb? Do I just not get poetry? Because it says, "Once I loved my core, outside of the expectations roped in my failures, I was free to finally know myself." Maybe I'm thinking about this too deep. But I'm just like, if you're all wrapped up in rope, maybe that's the point. It doesn't matter. If you're all wrapped up in the rope, I got rope tied around me, bondage, BDSM, kink, let's go. And I'm all wrapped up. It doesn't matter what's wrapped around me. All that matters is what's inside the core of my body. Those ropes don't change who I am on the inside. Okay, girl, that's deep. That's... Okay, alright, she did her big one. I guess. This one's called, well, first of all, the caption on this one says, being a very overweight content creator isn't for the weak. Hashtag fatphobia. Hashtag poetry. Hashtag plus size. Hashtag poetry community. Hashtag poem. I love to say poem like that because that's how I say hoem. Anyways, this one's called hog, comma, tied to her feelings. Trigger warning, degrading / harsh fatphobic themes. All right, here we go. Here we go again. That's a different kind of rhyme. That's from a song. Let me get to. Oh, this is real. Wait, I saw this one posted somewhere on Twitter, and I thought it was a parody. I didn't think this was real. Wait, because the first line is quite literally oink oink. I thought this was somebody like making a joke poem on the Twitter about her. All right, here we go. Oink oink. Oh boy, she's feeling again. Bet that means she can't keep her mouth shut unless there's food inside. What a massive bummer to be forced to feed the beast, far lost in herself to see beyond the screens. What an embarrassment she must be to dare to exist so loudly in her pain. Oops, I meant body. How dare she exist to confront my own insecurities. Oh, this plays about us. No, I've just heard her say these tropes before, right? She says that like me, well, she said it specifically about me, but also about other people who make content about her that like we're only making content about her because of like our own insecurities. We're unwilling to deal with our own pain and things like that, which I think is an interesting notion. I certainly watch the girls because at some point there was something about them that resonated with me as a human. But I mostly watch them in the form of reality TV, as I've mentioned a lot of times before. And I specifically cover Rosie because she asked me to in my DMs a long time ago when she was being parasocial. So here we are. Anyways, let me get back to the poem. Oh my gosh, I'm ruining the moment. I'm ruining the moment by interjecting my own personal thoughts. We need to just read it through. It's so frustrating to see where you started versus where you are now. I want to root for you, but you make it hard. What is it? This humanoid on my screen. Who's that they, them on my screen? What is it, this humanoid on my screen? Wow, my day is ruined. My fault for having eyes. I lost 500 pounds as a keto vegan. What's your excuse? You don't deserve to live. How dare I struggle with the whiplash? How dare I simply want to exist in kind spaces? I mean, what else is there to say besides I am a hog tied to my feelings? I won't lie, hog, comma, tied to my feelings is kind of a slay in writing. But the rest of this is just her, like, quoting things that maybe she's heard at different points and trying to... Well, I don't think she ever actually heard from somebody that they lost 500 pounds as a keto vegan. I think she's just being hyperbolic there. But some of these things are probably just things that she's actually heard. I don't know. I mean, I guess what she's trying to do. I don't know that it's that great. This one is called The Blisters of Past Pain, and the caption on Instagram says, it's not about revenge, it's just about moving on. Hashtag betrayal, hashtag poetry, hashtag poetry community, hashtag trauma, hashtag healing. Originally written in 2024. 2024, right before then, was when I just stopped communicating with her all the time. Is this play about me? It depends on when in 2024, because I definitely talked to her the summer of 2024, because at one point I was at a wedding in Georgia, and the last messages she sent to me, I was at the Georgia Aquarium, and she responded to some of my Instagram stories about that. But it was after that like I publicly talked about having an issue with her. Okay, so Here we go. In the heated moments where the trauma from others' actions bloomed thorns, blistered on... She meant thorns. Oh, Miss Ma'am doesn't even have a proofreader. Miss Ma'am, get an editor. Also, do thorns bloom? I guess in poetry, thorns could bloom. That could be like a metaphor, right? Because like when you think about blooming, you think about like petals. But it could give you a certain kind of image of thorns blooming. But thorns? I don't know. In heated moments where the trauma from others' actions bloomed thorns blistered on the rose, I would get lost in the fantasy of revenge. The only weapon I knew I would need was the pen to the paper, spilling out the harshest moments to hurt you more than knives, not knives, knives in my back. Yet what I didn't anticipate in the throes of the unhealed fresh wounds was how little I would care to ever say or think your name. Now, it's really egotistical for me to think that this is about me, but given the timing of when she said it was originally written, it would be crazy if it was about... It can't be about me because she did in fact actually go on to say my name multiple times and talk about me a lot and write fantasies about me on subreddits and things like that. So, you know what? It's probably not about me. Because she definitely was trying to get her revenge. She was trying to get her lick back and it didn't work. Okay. Well, that was something. Honestly, at this point, I was gonna try to pick a favorite. Can I just pick a favorite line? I'm gonna pick a favorite line, and it's just hogtied to my feelings. That's the only line. I don't like the poem as a whole, and none of these other poems are really resonating with me. This one's called Reminisce. Is that how reminisce is spelled? It looks like she intentionally chose that word because of Remy. She's such a poet. Anyways, the caption for this one says, I love to reminisce without you. Purple square, hashtag reminisce, hashtag poetry community, hashtag poetry nation, hashtag betrayal, hashtag healing. She's healed, y'all. When I think back to the good times, the past joys, you are not included. Oh, maybe this isn't about Remy. When I share happy memories, lost friendships that still bring me smiles, you are not included in the weight of those lost connections. You were venomous, snaky, fake in your compassion, your love used as tally marks to quantify your perceived slights, your ego so precarious, your need for control so consuming. You dismissed reality entirely just to weaponize your pain into unearned victimhood. Sounds like she could be talking about herself! Between you and me, you see, there's one key difference. You intended to hurt me over and over, and I still protect you in silence. Okay, then. I feel like she lost the flow. She could have had a really good flow if she kept ending the, stanzas with, you are not included. Because the second stanza, she says you are not included again, but then she goes on to say something else, and I'm like, oh, that really took away the flow. That could have been, I don't know anything about poetry. Let me start there. Well, as in, I did read poetry in, school and stuff as part of assignments and stuff, but I'm no expert. But it seemed like that could be, some kind of good, I know the word isn't iambic pentameter, but flow, rhythm, some kind of, repeating, situation type of deal. This is one that was only posted 17 hours ago. It's called Distracted Digital Desperation. And the caption says, the dopamine mining of dating apps and social media has essentially killed the art of courting and dating in modern society. Break free from the cycle of how capitalism has capitalized love and dating. Hashtag love poetry. Hashtag dating apps suck. Hashtag dopamine art, hashtag poetrygram, hashtag social media. She said break free from the cycle of dating apps and social media, but ma'am, you met your current boyfriend via social media. What do you mean? What What do you mean? He found you from a podcast you did about feederism. All right, here's the poem, which is also incredibly hard to read on the background with the font that she chose, but maybe that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna do my best. The richness of a loud love gets eroded in our modern world. Our individualistic societal nature breeds a harsh, barren environment. Girl, you are just putting words on paper, Diva. These are just fucking words. Our digital scape spawns toxicity? 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 Through our desperate thirst for validation. She was really doing challenge to see how many syllables she could get in one poem. We swipe endlessly, searching for something, frantically seeking what's missing inside ourselves. How can love bloom when nonchalant silence is demanded by the vapid majority who is afraid to be too honestly loud? Who is afraid to be too honestly loud? Who is afraid to be too honestly loud? I don't know what kind of like inflection I'm supposed to put on that last sentence. That one probably makes the least amount of sense to me of all of them that I've read this far. It really feels like she was just trying to meet a syllable count. She said, what big words can I use? How many 50 cent like GRE words can I put into one poem? Hated it. Oh, this one looks great. This one looks promising. This one's called The World of Gorls and spelled Gorls. And the caption said, I hold a lot of space for regret. My biggest regret was ever involving myself in hashtag girl world and thinking it was a wise use of my time to project my own issues onto others, as well as engaging in content that made a hobby out of punching down on others. It can't be undone, but I can move forward. This is a reflection of my regret, my frustration, and the ill intentions I feel that try to constantly pull me down. Thank you for reading. And this one, it doesn't say, 4 hours ago. So this one she's posted since she made her community tab post announcement. Oh God, the font on this is awful too. And it's a 2-pager. Oh God, let me squint my eyes. This is awful. All right, are you ready? Because this play really is about us, all right? So get into it. Your hatred oozes from the cystic pain. You scroll through petty, angry from the day, ready to dose your favorite content drug, addicted to the predictability of failed potential. Is she talking about herself there? Herself, Amber Lynn, and Chantal, and the predictability of all of their failed potential? All right, self-awareness. An audience absence of applause. Unless the painful humiliation displayed tickles the itch of your addiction to obsess over the fat-failed puppets dancing on your screen. We, the Twisted Never Sisters, the only common ground, shakes beneath the weight of their vapid, malicious intentions. No love lost in what was never real. The flaws of their narcissism surrounded me in ways far too close to the mirrors. Man, I wish I believed the funhouse signs. Perspective constantly skewed from my own imperfect misalignment, fueled from decisions based in fear, feeding desires from the toxic crops. I got lost in my own disappointment. The self I crave buried in the past again, distracted by the self-portrait of puppets that I'd rather die than face. Ah! My poet, Rosie Jean. Rosie Jean. The one, the only Rosie Jean Reed. Yes. Give it up for her. Give it up for her. Nobody is doing it like Miss Rosie Lynn Reed. You know, it is really funny. I mean, like, I think people know that she is constantly out here saying she doesn't want to be a part of Girl World. She doesn't want to be associated with Girl World. She's nothing like Amber Lynn and Chantal. And it's so funny to me because, one, poetry and her attempting to be a poet is so much like Amberlynn Reed. But two, is that if I really think about the DMs she sent me in the past, she really was like, you know, I saw myself a lot in Amberlynn. I can be a better version. I can do this. I can do that. And it's so funny because I feel like that whole entire poem was just her talking about how similar she is to Chantal and Amberlynn and all of their constant failures. And it's funny to me that she said that she was surrounded by narcissists or whatever. I assume she means like reaction channels and or people that like don't like her but still watch her. But it's just like, I don't know. I feel like accusations of narcissism from Rosie, Chantal, Amberlynn are all kind of like confessions. But anyways, I can't wait to see what she has saved for this bigger project. These bigger projects, you know, she's on her way. She's on her way, Poet Laureate, Rosie Lynn Reed. Can't wait for her. What's the award they give to poets? Girl, I don't know. Let me shut up. Anyways, that's all I have time for today. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did and you're brand new here, consider subscribing down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media. I had so much fun today. I hope you did too. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!